Hello everyone, welcome back to NT Coins World. In today's video, we'll be diving into the fascinating world of British pennies from the early 20th century, specifically focusing on the 1 penny coins from 1913, 1916, 1917, and 1928. These coins not only tell a story of their time, but also offer unique insights for collectors due to their designs, minting errors, and varying market values. So if you're a collector or history enthusiast, stick around as we explore each of these coins in detail. Let's start with the 1913 1 penny. 1913 1 penny. The 1913 1 penny coin hails from the reign of King George V, who had ascended to the British throne in 1910. The British Empire was at its peak during this time, holding territories worldwide, and this coin provides a glimpse into the period before the First World War. The coin's design features the familiar image of Britannia, a symbol of strength and resilience, seated and holding a trident with a shield by her side. The design was the work of Leonard Charles Wyon, whose influence on British coinage spans several reigns. Britannia is depicted facing left, in a traditional Greco-Roman style, symbolizing British power across the seas. The obverse side of the 1913 penny presents a portrait of King George V facing left. Created by sculptor Bertram McKennell, this design marked a stylistic shift from previous coins. The king is depicted in military uniform without a crown, emphasizing a more modern, approachable representation. As for mintage, the 1913 penny was part of a larger production run, with millions of coins produced at the Royal Mint in London. This coin remains fairly common, with many specimens still in circulation, making it accessible to collectors. However, due to its age and increasing demand, the 1913 penny's value has grown over time. A circulated 1913 penny in good condition typically ranges from $5 to $10. Uncirculated versions, or those in extremely fine condition, especially with original luster, can reach values up to $100 or more. Many collectors seek coins with minimal wear on Britannia's figure and clear details on George V's portrait, as these are indicators of higher grade. One of the most appealing aspects of the 1913 penny for collectors is the presence of certain errors. Known varieties include examples with die cracks and striking misalignments. These minting errors are highly sought after, as they add uniqueness to each coin and can boost the value substantially. A die-cracked version of this penny, depending on its visibility, can command twice or even 3 times the usual value. Collectors are drawn to the 1913 penny not only for its design, but also for its historical significance. This penny is part of the pre-war era when Britain's influence was unmatched. It's a fascinating addition to any collection, particularly for those who want a piece of the Edwardian period and the last years of Britain's colonial peak. 1916 1 penny. The 1916 1 penny coin was minted during one of the most tumultuous times in British history. The First World War was raging, and Britain was deeply entrenched in conflict. This penny is both a symbol of resilience and a reminder of the hardships faced by the British people during this period. The design of the 1916 penny is consistent with earlier designs, featuring Britannia seated with a trident in her hand and a shield bearing the Union Jack. This emblematic image is even more poignant during the war, as Britannia represented the strength and unity of the British Empire. Leonard Wyon's classic design resonates strongly with collectors who appreciate its historical connection to a nation under duress. The obverse side of the 1916 penny once again bears the profile of King George V. His image remains unchanged from earlier years, and he appears resolute. The inscription around the portrait reads "George gives v dei gra Brit omen rex fi df indimp," indicating George V's role as King of Britain and Emperor of India, affirming Britain's imperial status. In terms of mintage, 1916 saw millions of pennies produced, though exact figures vary due to lost records during wartime. The high production numbers mean that the 1916 penny is relatively accessible, yet it's still highly collectible, given its association with World War I. Prices for a circulated 1916 penny range from $3 to $8. High-grade examples, with minimal wear and clear detail, may be valued between $40 to $70, while uncirculated specimens can go for over $100. Collectors are particularly interested in any 1916 pennies with errors, such as double die or variations in the edge strike. Some known errors include minor die clashes, which show ghostly outlines on Britannia's figure or the king's portrait. These errors are rare and can add significant value, often doubling or even tripling the market price. The 1916 penny holds considerable interest for collectors who specialize in wartime memorabilia. This coin not only represents a piece of British currency, but also serves as a tangible link to the hardships and sacrifices made during the Great War. For history enthusiasts and collectors alike, The 1916 penny is a reminder of resilience during one of the most challenging eras in British history. 1917 one penny. The 1917 one penny coin was minted during the closing years of World War I, when the effects of prolonged conflict were taking a toll on Britain. The 1917 penny captures a period of wartime exhaustion and hope for peace. The reverse side of the coin maintains the traditional Britannia image, still wielding her trident and shield. This image, familiar to collectors, resonates with symbolism. Britannia's stance on the coin evokes the idea of standing guard, an appropriate message for a nation enduring a prolonged and costly war. The obverse features King George V in the same profile design by Bertram McKennell. By 1917, George V's profile had come to represent stability as he led his nation through the hardships of the Great War. The inscription remains unchanged, and the lack of any crowns on his head gives the king a humble and approachable image. The 1917 penny had a relatively high mintage, as demand for small currency remained strong due to the economic strains of war. Despite the high numbers, 1917 pennies in top condition are still highly prized, especially as they represent a pivotal year in British history. Circulated coins in average condition are valued between $3 and $10, while high-grade coins can reach $50 or more. Uncirculated 1917 pennies, which are rare, may be valued over $150. Collectors are drawn to 1917 pennies with errors, as these can increase a coin's uniqueness and value. Known errors include minor doubling on the date or slight die cracks. Such features can significantly boost value, depending on the prominence and clarity of the error. The 1917 penny is cherished by collectors as a piece of wartime history. For numismatists interested in British coins, this penny represents the enduring spirit of the British people, who were on the brink of achieving victory after years of suffering and sacrifice. 1928 one penny. The 1928 one penny coin is significant in British numismatics, as it represents the post-war recovery period and the last years of George V's reign. This coin symbolizes a time of change as Britain moved away from wartime austerity and began to rebuild. The reverse design remains true to Leonard Wyon's iconic depiction of Britannia, though by 1928, this design had become an enduring symbol of British stability. Britannia's shield and trident are strong symbols, reminding citizens of British strength and resilience. The obverse features the same portrait of King George V. Despite changes in British society, the king's image remained a constant, symbolizing continuity and stability. The inscription around the edge of the coin, indicating his titles as king and emperor, reflects Britain's continued imperial identity. In terms of mintage, 1928 pennies are somewhat less common than earlier wartime issues, as demand for new coins decreased. This limited mintage makes the 1928 penny more sought after. A circulated 1928 penny in average condition is valued between $4 and $12. Higher grade examples, with full details and minimal wear, can fetch between $50 and $80, while uncirculated specimens are rare and can reach prices well over $200. Errors on 1928 pennies are rare, but are valued highly when found. Known varieties include minor die cracks and doubling on Britannia's shield. These errors are highly prized and can significantly increase the value of a 1928 penny. The 1928 penny is a valuable piece for collectors interested in coins from the interwar period. It reflects the stability and continuity of Britain after the Great War and stands as a reminder of the resilience and recovery experienced by the nation. Collecting the 1928 penny is a way of connecting to a period of hope and rebuilding, a piece that symbolizes Britain's journey through the 20th century. Thank you for watching NT Coins World. I hope you enjoyed learning about these fascinating one-penny coins from 1913, 1916, 1917, and 1928. Each one carries its own unique story and significance, making them exceptional additions to any collection. If you're interested in British pennies or any other historical coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more coin insights. Let us know in the comments which of these pennies you'd most like to add to your collection. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on NT Coins World.